if you can go undefeated, you are elite of elite. I mean, my God, these schedules are freaking beastly. So I don't know how many more 12-0 teams we're going to see going forward. It's going to be tough.
Gone are the days of 29 game win streaks, unfortunately.
Yes. Yeah.
Which is just so crazy how like numbers work that of course it couldn't get to 30 just because like it's fucking hard. And even when it seems like for sure it's going to get to 30, something goes awry. A couple super chats off the bat here. Turner Young, $5. Thank you. Honestly, what the fuck? That's how you treat your fans. You donate and support you. You preview 3 CFP teams, but not UW. It's actually bullshit. Is he talking about yesterday's episode? Do we not talk UW?
No.
If we didn't, we got plenty more playoff previews to come, Turner. Like we haven't even scratched the surface there. Also, I'm not going to lie. I felt very out of sorts and awkward the entire Andy Staples interview yesterday. I love Andy. I've done a ton of content with Andy. I don't know why yesterday felt so weird, but it did. And so I don't know. Like I can't even sit here and front. Like, so if we forgot Washington, just know I was kind of like out of it trying to figure out how to make everything feel less awkward.
Yeah.
Also the 2 white guy defensive line joke did not land at all. No, I mean, that was a hard strikeout. Which, I mean, come on now, son. You gonna tell me that dude Thor and that number 55 from FSU don't look alike? I think you're fucking tripping, but whatever.
They do a little bit. Also, Turner, let's not peak. We always talk about don't peak too soon. Like, don't just don't climax just yet. Let's slow build this thing up a little bit. We got a couple more weeks until the game. We will get plenty of UW. I mean, T-Bob's the man of the corn hub and the man of the Husky. Like,
yes, do not worry.
He's going to make sure we get it in there.
I got your back. You know I got your back. Jeff Solo says, T-Bob, what time do you stream Friday nights? So I don't stream Friday nights. Look, I would love nothing more than to do a traditional stream, right? I want to play more Baldur's Gate 3. I got to finish it. I'm sneaking in about 30 minutes a day of WoW Classic Season of Discovery. I just don't have the time right now. We are going to bring back Chill Friday streams, I believe. Shit, but as I'm saying this, I have to go read to my daughter's school tomorrow. So I don't know, man. I want to do it. We'll have to figure it out. I'm sorry. Yeah, like PG says, don't worry, Turner. We're just edging you on the UW preview. It's coming. You're just not yet. All right. When we that was pretty good, dude. I should have just like kept it moving, but that was pretty fucking good. Okay. Like if we're gonna, I know the white guy joke didn't land, but that was pretty good. Anyway,
very nice.
Let's talk schedule. And how I want to do this is I want to go through our 3 favorite games in terms of overall schedule. Then our 3 favorite SEC on SEC games, I don't know if I rated. I did. And then we'll talk some win-loss records. We'll have Tommy Moffin on. It's going to be a great show. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Almost at 11K. Are you kidding me?
Come on, this week.
12-5. Let's do it. All right. Aaron Murray, give me we'll go 1 game apiece. Give me one of your top 3 favorite games of the year.
Oh, it has to be Texas, Michigan. I think that if you want to look at like the biggest game in the SEC, like the sexiest brands or 2 of the sexiest brands in college football, 2 teams that could be I mean, there's a really good chance that we're going to have Texas, Michigan in the national championship. So you may get a rematch in Ann Arbor. Sorry, still a little stuffy, so some of those don't come off the tongue as well. In week 2 of the season, Texas going up there, clash of the Titans, and it looks like Quinn Ewers will be back. Looks like Michigan will be returning their quarterback. TBD on if Harbaugh ends up coaching Michigan next year or not. So wait and see if he signs that long-term extension. But if he does return, you're talking about 2 of the best programs heading into the season in a rematch of possibly a national championship game. So I love that game week 2.
Yeah, how could you not love Texas, Michigan? I agree. I got it on there as well. Texas at Michigan as also, which granted, it's awesome that it's at the beginning. It'd be more awesome if it was like snowing and you had Texas having to go up there in the cold, but whatever. I won't, I'm happy with it still. That was on my list as well. I also got UGA at Texas on this list. And I hate to overrepresent Texas, but that's another really sexy
Everyone wants a little Texas. Everyone wants a piece of Texas.
Well, I mean, they're new, right? And so the shiny new thing's always going to score higher in conversations like this. But like, I would take UGA in Austin any given year. Well, maybe not as much as Texas sucked, but now that Texas is good, they're back. They look like they're going to be. It's really all the same reasons you just gave for Texas, Michigan, only it's Georgia, Texas, and it's on F1 weekend,
which
in
is
Austin,
so stupid.
Well, I saw some angry Bulldog message boards talking about how they're trying to make sure we don't take over their stadium by taking up all the hotels and everything, by like basically conspirizing that F1 planned their schedule around behooving the Texas Longhorns football team.
Well, I think it's more like F1 was set. Can you move that game around so it's not on F1 weekend? Is what they're more upset about. Well, I mean, you look at the prices. I think Cole Kublik posted something yesterday on his Twitter. The prices of hotel rooms in Tuscaloosa when Georgia goes to Tuscaloosa is through the roof. The prices of hotels and flights to go to Austin is just. My dad called me today, and he said the same thing. He's like, "Hey, saw Georgia's going to Texas. I think I'm going to go buy a ticket to the game with your mom and I." I was like, "All right, well, you better take out like a second mortgage or something to help pay for that damn thing."
Well, where are you going to sleep? You better go rent an RV or something, or go camp out.
Don't tempt Papa Murray with a good time. He would do that. So, second off, Georgia fans, you ain't going to take over Texas Stadium. Let's just be honest. This ain't Nashville. It ain't like you're going to Vandy. Like y'all
took over LSU that one time when Ed Ogeron beat Kirby Smart's ass in 2017. It was actually insane. Everybody was super down on LSU. Everyone sold their fucking tickets. The entire stadium was Georgia, and then LSU beat that ass.
Yeah, man. I don't think anyone's selling any stock on Texas anytime soon. All right, my next big time game. I'm going to give your Tigers some love. LSU week 1 in Las Vegas versus Southern Cal. Which team cannot suck on defense? I mean, hell, let's go. You have two teams that are replacing Heisman Trophy quarterbacks. You have two defenses that were horrific this year. So what's the quarterback situation going to look like? Obviously, we feel a little bit better about LSU's quarterback situation with Garrett Nussmeier. We've seen a decent amount of him over the past couple of years. I know the staff's really excited to kind of give the reins over to him. Very different than Jaden, but still very talented quarterback. I don't think we still know who USC's quarterback is going to be and who they're going to get in the portal. So a lot more questions for USC, but which team truly made the big steps defensively is going to be answered week 1.
Charles Clark, LSU-USC is the all gas, no brakes bowl. The only thing that pisses me off is it's seeming like LSU is going to keep Matt House. Not a guarantee yet, but it's leaning that way. I'm just mad that we're going to be cheated out of the toilet bowl of ineptitude that would have been Alex Grinch versus Matt House defensive coordinator against one another. Like it's not fair. USC hired a good one, and Ayton from UCLA. Like, what if their defense all of a sudden good? That's not fair. That's not how this game is supposed to be played.
I'm trying to find an Oklahoma game that I'm really excited about.
Selfishly, again, Oklahoma and LSU will be playing rivalry weekend in Death Valley, and that seems tight as fuck to me.
Yeah, that's pretty sweet. I mean, this is a no-brainer here, but we've kind of just beaten the Texas horse. But Texas playing Texas A&M rivalry weekend, end of the season, finally that game being put back together again, that is a hell of a way to end the season right there. Texas A&M in College Station is going to be freaking awesome. So, I mean, there's so many to choose from. I mean, Georgia starts off the season at Clemson in Atlanta. That's a nice little start to the season for the SEC as well. This is you could just close your eyes and put your finger on this. I have this master document in front of me of all the games, and just put my finger down and look up and say, "Damn, that's awesome. That's going to be a sweet football game." Very few blog games on the schedule.
I want to say a majority of the teams, or at least I know Georgia and LSU do, have 10 of 12 Power 5 games. Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Kentucky doesn't, because Mark Stoops knows he's got to stack wins, not playing good teams. But for the most, I mean, look at LSU. LSU plays USC and UCLA next year. A couple Big Ten battles, dude.
What are they doing?
Couple Big Ten battles right there, bro.
I mean, they've only 2 cupcake games. They have Nicholas State and South Alabama. Nicholas. I'm thinking of
Chill out, bro. My brother went to Nicholls State. You better put some respect in that name. If you ain't gotten drunken, you got to understand. Nicholls State's in Thibodaux, Louisiana. You probably went to Thibodaux. That's where the Manning camp takes place.
I got drunk in Thibodaux. Thibodeau's a
Yeah, you
damn
probably
good
got
time.
drunk at Roxas, one of the great all-time college bars. And it's so weird during Manning camp because you're in fucking Cajun country, Louisiana. You're at this local college bar, and you look over, and there's like John Gruden and Andrew
Yep.
Luck, and everybody's like hanging out and drinking beers. It's wild. Here's where I think it gets fun too, Aaron. And we'll talk individual schedules and win-loss, but if you look at it per week, remember how we were kind of poo-pooing week 1 this last year? Not a lot to look forward to.
Yep.
This week 1,
Oof.
you'll get Miami at Florida,
Yep.
Georgia versus Clemson in Atlanta. You have Notre Dame at Texas A&M,
That's a
and
sweet
then
one.
you have LSU and USC in Vegas
Ooh.
in the Sphere on Sunday. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me, dude? Like, what are we talking? That's week 1. Our cup overfloweth. And so really you can go ahead and just choose any week here. Kind of maybe actually week 2 looks a little light.
Week 2
but outside
is a
of week
little
2,
soft, but week 2 has Texas, Michigan at least to kind of,
oh yeah,
make
there
you feel
you
a little
go.
bit better.
There you go. But I mean, we're right back at it at week 3 as in conference games are kicking off. So it's impossible not to. And to me, it's a preview of what college football is going to become in the Uber conference era, right? We're going to see a lot more of this good on good on good. You're going to see a lot more. And now with the 12-team playoffs, teams can be more accepting of losses. And look, you know what pisses me off about Alabama fans? This thing they keep saying about like, what if we had scheduled Troy instead of Texas? You'd have us in the playoff? Well, yeah, but like that's such a dumb argument point because the whole idea is the risk versus reward in playing these big games. Like, yeah, if you lose them, it's going to hurt you, but if you win them, look at what it did for Texas. Yeah. It launched them over the top. And so if you're talking about at the end of the year, we're going to be deciding against between a bunch of 9-3 teams who's going to be in that 11 spot. I think it behooves you to schedule hard because now you'll get more credit for good losses and for big time wins than you will have in the past. So I think I think you'll be rewarded more for scheduling hard, a la Texas this season. And I also think you can take more losses and still make the playoffs. And so hopefully we see schedules go more and more this way.